All right, y'all. I apologize. I had to take that important business call. Um, yeah, I had to take that business call. These Tesla tank looking cars, it's an ugly ass car. My God. Okay, y'all. So what was I talking about? Oh yeah, Tank Davis. Woo, buddy, Tank Head Davis. Tank ass Head Davis. My God. Folks, you kind of you have to really wonder, okay? As I said before, Tank Davis got mental issues. And I'm gonna move on from Tank Davis because I know I was cooking. I was cooking Tank Davis, and I am gonna come on here and I'm gonna cook Kayla Harrison. I'm gonna cook her. Okay, Kayla Harrison can cook. I gotta cook Kayla Harrison because the reason why I'm gonna cook Kayla Harrison because all the cooking that Kayla Harrison did to people when they was in it. That's right. All the cooking that Kayla Harrison did. Kayla Harrison done cooked a lot of people. Okay, so I'm gonna cook. I'm cooking Kayla. I'm cooking that up. Okay, you better believe Kayla Harrison getting cooked. Cooking her like I'm cooking some damn pasta on the stove. I'm cooking Kayla. Anyway, I think Tank Davis need to turn himself in, and I think Tank Davis needs to get the help that he needs. Okay, I think that at this point in time, Tank Davis can't help himself. He's not helping himself right now. Okay, Tank need to get his ass, turn his ass in. Anybody that's close to Tank Davis who he's talking with, okay, anybody, they need to go and convince the boy to turn his ass in. Go and turn yourself in, okay? Just go ahead, because you're making it worse, okay? You're giving yourself more jail time, okay? Much, much, much more jail time, okay? You're giving yourself a lot of jail time right now because you are refusing, okay, to turn yourself in. I mean, don't take your little big ass head down to the Baltimore police and just let the man and try to get out of it. Okay, try to get out of it. Now, Oscar De La Fishnet Pantyhose is being sued by Virgil Ortiz, and I find that hilarious because Oscar did a clapback. Y'all know he do that the clapback, whatever. And every Thursday he do a clapback, and he just talking a bunch of shit about me. Well, it's funny that everybody that Oscar has entertained, right? Everybody. I mean, the man barely have fighters on his roster right now. He barely got fighters on the roster. But, people are leaving Golden Boy. They leave. Why? If everybody's leaving and you still there, then the common denominator is you still being there. That's the common denominator. The common denominator is Oscar De La Hoya. Okay? The common denominator is Oscar De La Fishnet Pantyhose. Okay? Fishnets. Fishnets. Black pantyhose. Fishnets. Like, seriously. The common denominator is Oscar De La Hoya. And I gotta say, man, I don't know if I can take this guy seriously. If I was a fighter, and I know that this man was sticking kitchen utensils of his rectum, I don't know if I could actually take Oscar De La Hoya serious. I couldn't. I don't think I can keep a straight face because I would think about the kitchen utensil. Like, do y'all think this guy is mentally stable enough to be in charge of millions of dollars in my career? Like, I couldn't do it, y'all. Sorry. It's not going to happen. That would be, man, look, I would even do Eddie Hearn if I was a fighter before I did Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya is the bottom of the bottom. He the bottom of the bottom. And he'll never be the top of the top. That's real talk. Oscar is the bottom. I'm sorry. I couldn't do it. I wouldn't be able to take him serious, y'all. I just couldn't take the man seriously. I mean, you got them images in your head of them fishnets, and then letting the women just, disgusting. But everybody know Oscar De La Hoya got mental problems. It's just, folks, it's like the fighters, man. Like he be so coked out of his mind that he can't even do what he's supposed to do for these fighters. They leave him. He can cut. He can pretty much say what he want to say, but all of his fighters left. And you know what? He was so coked out back in the day. Oscar was so coked out that Al Heyman and Richard Schaefer, they stole right all of his fighters from under his nose when they were doing business with, Golden Boy and that whole Floyd Mayweather era. They stole the fighters from right under the man's nose. They took all his fighters. And guess what? He was on coke. Checked himself in the rehab on Canelo's, the biggest fight of his career. The man had coked out and put himself in rehab. That's why Canelo got up out of there, man. Like you can't deal with that. You can't deal with somebody, man, who coked out all the time and just doing all this weirdo stuff, man. And Canelo was smart enough to get the hell out of there. He was smart enough to do it. And Oscar started, spewing all his hate towards Canelo. But I mean, the bottom line, I thought Canelo was in the right. Me personally, I thought Canelo Alvarez, I thought he was in the right. I mean, he left to protect his career. And of course, Canelo left and made a hell of a lot more money than he did with Oscar. Hell of a lot more money. But that's just what it is. Oscar De La Hoya is a disease to these fighters. He's a disease. Every one of these guys he touched, he turned them into shit. He just do. Like, I don't know if you can trust a promoter like this, man. I just don't know. I don't know. Then you got fighters talking about Oscar, they ain't paid them, and like they still missing money from Oscar. I don't know. But this is not the first time he's being sued, okay? It's not the first time he's being sued. That's crazy. That's crazy that all your top fighters leave and then they want to sue you. How does that work? How does that work out? And then Oscar had a nerve to go and start clapping at people, clapping back. And I'm sitting here thinking, man, bro, you can't talk about nobody. You can't talk about nobody. Because all people got to do is bring up the fishnet and the conversation over. Hey, man, you had on a pair of fishnets. That's it. That ends the conversation right there. You had on some fishnets. And because you had on a pair of fishnets, there's nothing you can say. Okay? You, my friend, had on fishnets. Like, how can you come back from wearing a pair of fishnets? How do you come back from that? Like, what can you do to bring yourself back to reality? To wake up and say, damn, I really did have on a pair of fishnet pantyhose. I had them on. I put the fishnets on. There's no coming back from that, y'all. You can't come back after you've had on a pair of fishnets and then try to clap back at somebody. You can't do it. It's inclappable. There's nothing you can do if you've had on a pair of fishnets like Oscar has. Sorry. Like he was sitting there clowning Virgil Ortiz. Come on, Virgil. All Virgil got to say is fishnets. Fishnets. Man had on some fishnet stockings. I mean, God, dog, Oscar. Oh my God. Okay. It just is what it is, okay? I don't know why he had on a pair of fishnets. I don't know. I don't know why this man put on some fishnets. But I do know this. He can't clap back at nobody. And the coach means nobody. Not a damn soul. Anyway, Tank Davis, he's still on the run, okay? Gervonta Tank Davis is still on the run. He's been on the run since January 14th, okay? Tank Davis has been on the run since January the 14th. Now, with all that being said, Tank Davis, turn yourself in, okay? Turn yourself in with your big ass head. Turn yourself in, okay? Let the law process you and get your due process. Turn yourself in, Tank Davis. Go get an attorney. Okay, get somebody to help you, Tank Davis. Get them.
Get them to help. Do something, Tank. Besides nothing, Tank. Do something. Do something, Tank. Damn. It's a damn shame, Tank. It's a damn shame. It's a damn shame how you act, man. It is a shame, Tank Davis. Hold on. See what's going on, man. What's up? Man, I get tired of getting kicked out of my studio. But anyway, Tank, turn yourself in, bro. You got to turn yourself in. Okay? There's nothing you can do. You can't escape. They're going to find you. Okay? One way or another, Tank, there's no way out of this. I told y'all that in the past, Tank Davis has had a lot of different things go on. But he got anger management. Okay? And he's got the propensity to beat women. He just do. Okay? Some people, when they get mad, they throw stuff. Some people, when they get mad, they cuss. Some people, when they get mad, they just shut down and don't talk to you. Tank Davis get mad, he gonna find a woman to beat. That's what he does. I can't respect that. I just can't. Maybe a lot of these Tank Davis fans respect it. I just can't respect it. I can't do it. Can't do it. And that's Tank Davis for you. I don't feel bad for the guy because he got enough money to go get the help that he needs. You know you got a problem. You know you like to beat women. Okay, well, go get help. And Tank just ain't meant the right one. He said he beat on the right one. I think he beat on the ones that don't have a daddy in their life. I think that's what Tank be doing. He like to beat on them girls that don't have no daddy in their life, and there's no retaliation. I wish a Tank Davis looking ass dude put his hands on my daughter. I wish he would. Okay, there's no coming back. Okay, I've already made a decision. If my daughter, a man put hands on my daughter, I've already made my decision to take him out. Okay, I've already done that. I've already made that decision that he got to go. I'll be in jail or wherever I got to go, but I'm taking him out. That's just what it is. I'm taking his ass out. Taking out trash. But I don't know, man. Maybe Tank will get it together, but I definitely believe that his boxing career, I think, is over. Hey, what's up, Focus Ball? Black Martial Arts Society. I think Tank's boxing career is over. It is. And when they finally bring him to justice, it's over. It's over. It's over, man. Tank, the paychecks, all the money is gone. There's no more income, Tank Davis. No more. The income is dead. The income is dead. It's out of there. See ya. Wouldn't want to be here. Okay? This guy, Tank Davis, he's a blithering idiot. And that's Tank Davis' problem. Tank Davis do dumb idiot stuff. Just dumb. Just dumb. Like you make all these millions of dollars with your fist, but you can't use a thing that's in your head. But you always want to use your fist to beat on these women. Fuck Tank Davis and fuck you Tank Davis fans. Okay? And if you co-sign Tank Davis slapping these women up, then fuck you too. How about that? Tank Davis is a hoe. He's a hoe for slapping up on these women. He's a hoe. And if Tank Davis tried to tell you that, well, you know, the woman been hitting on him, okay. Why are you running from the police? That's right. What's up, XA? I got you. Oh, man. But anyway, everybody's sick of Tank Davis. I'm sick of Tank. Going to retire. Going to get him. Going to arrest him. Going to get Tank the hell out of here. That's what we need to do. Just going to get Tank up out of business, man. Going to get him out. I still think Tank beats Devin Haney. I still think he beats Shakur. I still think he beats Teofimo Lopez. I still think Tank beats Vasily Lomachenko. I think Tank beat them all, really. That's my opinion. But we'll never get these fights. Tank, in the prime of his career, finna be in jail for the prime of his career. And y'all know they're gonna catch. Y'all know they're gonna catch that old mushroom head mother. Y'all know they're gonna cut. Y'all know they're gonna catch him. They're gonna catch him. It's just a matter of time. And what I was trying to state too is that I know, you know, yes, you know, me giving Tank the business. Yes, I know some of y'all, you Tank fans, I know y'all not gonna like that. But I don't give a damn what y'all like because you Tank fans. Tank out here messing up. I know what Tank doing doesn't compare to Vince McMahon. I know it. We can't get around it. Okay. I know without a shadow of a doubt that what Tank has done does not compare to Vince McMahon. I know this. Okay. I know this. It doesn't. Okay. It does not compare with Vince. I mean, Vince McMahon took a shit on somebody's head. You got to think about what happened for somebody to take a dump, a doo-doo, a shit in your face. First of all, they got to put your head right up under their ass. Okay? Oh, what's up, Black Rally? They got to put their head right up under your ass, and you got to leave your head there. Number two, you know right before the defecation comes, you know the smell, the fart, the odor is coming. So you got all that in your face, and then and it depends on if it's liquid. Depends on if it's liquid. Okay? You have defecation all over your face. Like somebody had to, I mean, think about what that person had to endure. And Vince McMahon gets a complete pass. I get that. But it's not a black and white thing. This is a right and wrong thing. And Tank wrong right now. He wrong. He wrong. Doesn't matter what you think. The man is wrong. Tank should have got his ass. I mean, you got all this money, man. Got all this money. Hell, buy you a blow-up doll or something. Go do something. You can beat the blow-up doll and you ain't got to worry about killing. You ain't got to bruise the Tank Davis. Get you a blow-up doll. Yeah, XA Vince was nasty, man. It was nasty. He was nasty. This man, Vince McMahon, was known. This ain't the first time that he took a doo-doo on somebody. He done it before. Vince done it before. This is nothing new. I'm Vince McMahon, damn it. Yeah. Crazy, y'all. Fucking crazy. Okay, let me see what else I got on tap. What else do I have on tap? I can only go so fast, dickhead. I can only. Okay, yeah. Let's talk about this idiot, Claressa Shields. Let's talk about Claressa. Claressa Shields is a damn fool. She's a damn fool. She's a rich fool. You know, I'm not really concerned. I was asked about what do I think about the whole Claressa relationship with Papoose and 50 Beef, I don't really care too much about who she with, okay? I've always thought that Papoose may not be the right fit. Because I think in due time, that relationship is going to implode. Now, not because I don't want them to be happy. I just think that Papoose looks to be controlling a little bit. It looks to be. And, I don't know him personally, but I could be wrong. He looks to be controlling, like, seems to be a bit controlling. Okay. And a woman like Claressa Shields, she'll bend the knee for a little bit, but she's not going to do it for long. Because Claressa Shields got a lot of masculine traits, man. She just do. Now, I'm not saying she in the dudes, but she got a lot of masculine traits, man. And she try to act like, she wear the pants. Because the last dude she was dating, okay, that Tony Fit Rich, whoever that guy was, she was dating him, and see, she was doing the talk. She was doing the talk. And pretty much, man, she bullied the guy. whatever she said, he did it. And then she ended up dumping him. So, I don't know. Go figure. I don't know. It just seemed like the whole Papoose thing with Claressa Shields is a big-ass distraction. And you wonder, okay, how long can Claressa sustain the distraction before it starts affecting her boxing? How long? See? Nobody knows how long. And many people think that, Papoose is already causing a negative influence on our boxing. I don't know. But I just know that the relationship, it don't seem healthy, and it don't seem organic. It don't seem healthy or organic. Like, it's just, he's running every aspect of our life. And I get it. You love somebody, you trust him. I get that too. But I think Claressa spends too much time online. I think she do worrying about what people say about her. This woman, Claressa, will respond to famous people. She'll respond to trolls. Like, Claressa will respond to a lot of trolls online. Go to Claressa's Instagram. Go to it and go to the comment section. Anytime she wears something that's a little controversial, trolls, they be giving Claressa Shields the business. I'm talking about they be roasting the hell out of Claressa. Roasting, they be cooking her ass, boy. I mean, them trolls be cooking Claressa. Oh, shit. Excuse me. Them trolls be cooking Claressa. I'm talking about they be cooking her ass. And she be responding to all of these people, man. I just find it funny that somebody who got all that, you rich. The people who talking junk about you, talking shit about you, they broke. The majority of these people broke. They ain't even got a real job. They broke. So, I don't know why she consumes so much of her time worried about broke people. I don't know. I don't know why she consumes a great deal of energy worried about broke people. Don't know. But she'll get online just to argue with trolls on Instagram. Like, I've never seen somebody so popular just argue with the masses of just nothing. And it's not like you're gonna change their opinion because you come online and argue with them. You're not gonna change their opinion. They have an opinion for a reason because they got a damn opinion. Claressa called in and used a fake name. I believe it. With all that being said, I don't know. With all that being said, she's a little insecure. She's a little too insecure. In my mind, anyway. It's in my mind. Oh, Lord, it's in my mind. Yeah, but that's what it is. I mean, first she was talking about she can beat all these men boxers. Then she got knocked out in sparring. Okay. Got put to sleep. Then got beat up by Abigail Montez. If y'all remember that fight, Abigail Montez beat up Claressa in MMA. Or I thought Abigail Montez dominated the fight. Yeah, well, XA Papoose don't want to get that demon pregnant. Papoose don't want to get T-Rex pregnant. Hell no. Yep. Papoose ain't trying to have no extra babies. And funny thing is, Claressa, shit. Wait a minute. And the funny thing is, I think Claressa, she thinks she in love. No. She thinks she's in love, buddy, but she's not. I would say no too. Would you have a baby with Claressa Shields? Getting tired, John. Getting tired. Been on the road so long. Okay, y'all. Let me get into this real quick. Valentina Shevchenko. Okay? Valentina Shevchenko. A lot of online pundits. Hell no, black reality TV. Hell no, baby with Claressa. Baby come out, big ass forehead, and hell no. And then you have to deal with her for another 20 years. Like literally, when you have a baby with somebody you can't stand, you got to deal with it. Because you got a co-parent. You got to co-parent. You got to co-parent. Yeah, Claressa, yeah. Nah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. What the hell going on here? Where am I at? Shit, did I turn? Yeah, I turned. All right. Said Claressa look like your wife. Well, she's probably beautiful then. Val would not have lost to Wee Lee, man. It's levels to this. Valentina is on a whole nother skill level than Wee Lee. Like Wee Lee looked like she didn't even belong in the ring with Valentina. And I'm being honest, I thought Wee Lee was one of Valentina's easiest fights. But I predicted and told you what Wee Lee was gonna do. I already told you what she was gonna do. As a matter of fact, I told you verbatim what she was gonna do. I gave you a play-by-play analysis before what was gonna happen during that fight. Play-by-play. What happened? She got punched in the head. And Wheelie get punched in the head, Wheelie start going sporadic. What did Valentina start doing after that? Counter. Counter, counter, counter. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Let me see. I'm trying to find a place, y'all. Look at Dark Shadow laughing. Oh, it's in my mind. So that's old Negro church hymn. Our class 5-0 and got dropped. Yeah. Yep, true that, X. I got you. True that, brother. Out class 5. I gotta get to my neighborhood all in the cut. Damn. Yep. Out class 5-0 and got cut. Yep. Y'all got people like Bojangles running around here. Oh my damn. Oh my damn. Hey, but seriously though, okay. I think Claressa, I think 50 Cent, he's an opportunist, okay? And Papoose, everybody talking. Have y'all noticed that when something trending go, 50 Cent will always attach his name to it? He even said that in his book. I don't know if y'all ever read 50 Cent's book. I recommend, y'all read 50 Cent book. Then you can kind of understand why he's doing some of the dumb shit that he's doing. Seriously. I listened to 8 hours of his audiobook, and 50 Cent actually say that in his book that when somebody hot and trending, he'll say little stuff to get them triggered so they respond. So Claressa and Papoose, they trended. Okay? Or they were trending at one time when 50 was just constantly going in on them. They were trending pretty hard. And what he does, he'll attach his name to somebody trending and he'll start trolling them. That's what 50 does. But see, I've always told y'all that 50 Cent, he one female away. He one allegation away for being in the same position as the people that he trolled. I got to say, though, I think he got the best of trolling Claressa Shields. I just thought that was a little easy. That's not fair. Trolling Claressa Shields is easy. Okay, these fighters, they're not really, I don't know, they just not savvy like that. They fighters. Okay, they can't come back with a bunch of comebacks. You know what I mean? Chael Sonnen can. But the majority of fighters, they don't have no comebacks. They can't come back after you talk shit about them. Fighters can't do that. See, 50 got to go in on somebody who can crack back at him. Like Ja Rule was an idiot. Ja Rule couldn't, he couldn't come and 50. Oh my goodness, y'all. Y'all, I've been driving for damn near 2 days. Going to venue, resting at venues. I'm finally in my damn driveway. Shit. The coach is tired. Y'all been helping the coach stay awake too. Oh my God. Oh y'all. I can't believe it, man. Damn, I work so hard. Oh, damn, life is great. Woo shit. Woo shit. Woo shit. Now I gotta go. Gonna make these t-shirts. Gotta make these t-shirts, y'all. Damn. It's in my mind. Let me see what else I gotta talk about today, y'all. And I'm probably about to end this. Let me see. Okay, I think I talked about everything. Fishnet De La Hoya, though, boy. That's gonna be good. Yeah, man. You're right, XA. I need to, bro. I need to rest. I've been driving for damn near 2 days, bro. But yeah, finally in the crib. Finally in the crib. Can't believe this. Believe that. Believe that. Believe that. Let me see. W-2s. Tax information, y'all. Yeah, but fellas. Okay, yeah, fishnets, man. Listen, man. Listen. XA, everybody. Now, y'all know damn well that Oscar De La Fishnet pantyhose. Come on, man. Come on. Why would anybody want to be promoted by this guy? Like, seriously. Why would anybody want to be promoted by him? And any of y'all figure that out? Why? Could you even take him seriously? I couldn't. I'm sorry. I couldn't take him seriously. There's no way in hell that I can take Fishnet seriously. I can't do it. Like, how do you even concentrate when you look at this dude, right? And you know damn well this man done had a kitchen utensil stuck in his ass. Okay? Fishnets all over the place. Like this man has done so much crazy, crazy stuff. And you got to take this man seriously. Like, folks, the man had a spatula in there, a spoon, a fork. This man had hookers playing with him, playing with the stuff in his ass. Folks, what's going on? XA. Oh, you talking about Anton Daniels? Yeah, Anton Daniels. I can't stand that sound, bro. I'll tell you, man. Corey Holcomb asked Anton Daniels to no, Anton Daniels asked Corey Holcomb to, go take it outside. And Anton wouldn't go outside, but Corey Holcomb wouldn't go outside. Um Corey Holcomb dared Anton Daniels to call him. I think he was calling him, I forgot what he was calling him. And then Corey Holcomb got mad. Here go the thing. Drewski. Who is Drewski Church? Who is that? Like, help me out. Help me out, XA. Explain it to me so I can speak on it. If you ask me to speak on it, XA, I'm gonna give you my thoughts, man. Just tell me a little bit more about it, okay? You my mofo, XA. Use my mofo. Yeah, and Oscar can't build no stars. Yeah, you're right, Black Reality. Oscar can't build nothing. And it's a shame, man, that he really does have the potential to be a good promoter. He just chooses not to because he want to be coked out. He want to be on coke. But yeah, Corey Holcomb, Anton Daniels they've been cooning for a while. Okay. Anton Daniels been cooning for a long time. A long time. And it's like I can't stand it when these guys they come on because what they do is when black people are done wrong, and I've told you this, when black people are done wrong, like a guy like Anton Daniels, they come on and they always pin the blame on the black person. They pin the blame on something that somebody black they think the black person did, or it's always the black person's fault. Have you guys noticed that? Every time something go down and a black person is done wrong, it's never because the black person got done wrong. It's because there was something wrong with the black person in the beginning. Okay? I hope y'all got that. Hope y'all understand that. Okay? Hold on, Drewski. Hold on. And exposed. What do you do? Oh, Drewski is a content creator and exposed to modern pastor for con and people. Okay, yeah, XA, I can speak on that. That's easy. XA, I'm gonna tell you a story, man, and this is true. I'm gonna tell you a story, XA. Um, I never forget. I don't know if you ever remember XA, and you probably might be in the age range. I think you're a little bit younger than me. Do you remember those tent revivals? Your mama or your parents ever take you to a tent revival, XA? A tent revival. Where okay, yeah. Okay. So XA, have you ever do you know what a tent revival is? Like your parents ever take you to something like that? Did you did something go down like that in your household? Okay, and I'm gonna speak on it. So I tell you this, okay. I've been to a tent revival before. And a tent revival is when now I'm gonna tell you some things you might not believe, but I'm gonna tell you some things if you will. I've been to a tent revival and I've seen things happen. I've seen things that I didn't think could happen. I've seen things that shouldn't happen. I've seen the spirit. I've seen things happen at tent revivals. Okay. So here's the thing. Okay. A tent revival, it depends on who it is. Okay. Now the pastors they come through, they will ask you for money. Okay, they are. Some people you know that they're doing it for their ministry to spread the word of God. Some people they're trying to get paid. Okay. Now I'm gonna tell you on both ends, XA, then I'm gonna get to your question. Okay. So I'm gonna tell you on both ends. Okay. I went to a tent revival, and I never forget this. Okay. I was dealing with an issue. Okay, a health issue years ago as a kid. Okay. Went to a tent revival. And I'm telling you, as my name is Coach Sheldon Harrison, the minister, the pastor that was there, he prayed, started praying. Okay, prayed that I be healed and I can be a normal boy. I mean, just crazy stuff, right? So XA, he prayed and prayed and prayed, and then the man had some water, called it healing water. Okay, after they prayed, told me to drink the healing water. Well, next day my condition went away. Okay, now doctors they ain't know it was an autoimmune disease, right? Autoimmune. That was most of them. Some of them are not fatal, and some of them are. I had one that was fatal, and the autoimmune disease was gone. And I say all this because some people they do preach the word and they do it for the right reason. Okay, it was gone. It was a tent revival. Like you saw people literally getting out of wheelchairs. Like people we knew on our block who were in wheelchairs, they got out of wheelchairs. Okay. How did this happen? I don't know. Because sometimes they had these tent revivals and some of the people they're in on it, XA. But these are people that I know. These are people that I knew that were in wheelchairs and XA. We went to a tent revival and people would go in droves to tent revivals because you knew that if you went to a good tent revival, okay, you can get healed. Okay. It's true. I got a condition removed. It ain't came back either. It was people in my old neighborhood. I grew up in the hood. They got up out of wheelchairs. People ain't supposed to walk, they got up. Okay. So people happily gave to that ministry. But this guy, he was collecting a couple $1,000s. Okay. And then he moved to the next city and do a tent revival. Okay. Those kind of preachers, I didn't mind giving money to. And even still to this day, if a tent revival came in the town, I would go. And I would give to certain preachers that do it. Because you got it. It's a congregation called the Underground Preacher. Now, XA, I'm finna answer your question, okay? Underground preachers, they preach the word of God. No, nobody know about them. They go from city to city. They do tent revivals, and they literally supernatural healing happens. XA, it does. But then there are other tent revivals that they'll tell you that you got to give them a large amount of money, right, to get a blessing from God. Well, that's mistake number one. And I never forget, I was in a tent revival as an adult. Okay. And the guy kept asking for money like every 30 minutes, asking for money. You had people giving away their whole savings account, right? Except these people giving away their whole savings account and saying that you need to give every single penny you got to God because God commands that you give it to him. So you had people coming down to the front giving like 500, 600. One lady gave $5,000 to this guy. And I sat back and I said, I got to give $5,000 to get a blessing from God. Well, as a kid, I went to tent revivals, right? I went to tent revivals as a kid, and I actually saw people. They didn't have to get. They went down there. They didn't have to get no money to go down there. They went down there, and whatever they was dealing with, they got healed. Okay, I'm just telling you. I seen it with my own eyes. XA. These people did. Now they did ask for money, but they passed around one bucket, one, and they said, "Listen." Okay, for me to go through and do these little tent revivals, it takes money. And people would give, it'd be like, man, it'd be some 500-600 people in a tent revival. Okay, they get about 10, 15, $20 a pop. Now, okay, he made his little money. He made his $5,000-$6,000, sometimes 10,000. Okay. But there were special tent revivals, XA, where people actually got healed. Like they got something out of it. Now, there's other dude, man, he asking for $400 and $500, man. And you got thousands of people in there. And guess what these people are doing? Okay. These people, the man, I'm gonna tell you, XA, it got so crazy. The man had a little thing and said, look, if you bought your car, you bought your debit card, okay, I can take your debit card. When I saw that, I said, some of these people, you're conning these people. You're telling them. And the guy said, man, if you don't sow something to me today, because God want me to continue my ministry, if you don't help me in my ministry, God gonna come down on you. Well, number one, that's not how God operates. So I knew it was a hoax then. You know, the guy tried to tell me, hey man, you need to give $1,000, man, to keep God off you. I said, nah, I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that. I'm not doing that. No, I will not be giving you $1,000 to keep God on. I guess God gonna be on my back then. I said, I gotta pay you for a blessing? I said, no. I said, man, you better get the hell out of my face. And see, this pastor was bold. He was walking down the aisle talking about, yeah, who gonna give me a special blessing today on behalf of God? Is it you? Is it you? Then, you know, when he kept pointing to people, they give some money to him. Is it you? Got to me talking about, God told me you got $1,000 to give. I said, well, God ain't told you that. You told yourself that. I ain't give you no $1,000. And I said, well, God commands it. I said, no, God don't command it. You command it. I ain't giving you $1,000. I said, you might well go and get that out and go and get that up out your damn system. You ain't getting no $1,000 out of me. I said, well, you don't give it, you don't give, you don't come out of your pocket and come from the heart, God gonna punish you. I said, well, God got to punish me then. Okay, fine. I'll be punished. See, them people, they con artists. And this guy, I guarantee you, XA, this man made about probably 60 grand. Okay. Because people was giving this man $300-400. Some people was emptying out their savings accounts. I'm talking about like crazy. The man had a debit card machine, XA. Oh, hey, Jedi Run. Should I salute the Jedi Run in the god doggone building? Okay. He said, shout out to CSH and crew. Talam Zorba saved my life. He is a true to God, spiritual healer. Without his help, would not be alive today, no doubt. Shout out to Jedi Run in a month building. Okay. You have to tell us more about Talal Zorbab, okay? But I became introduced into the mega church pastor game. I got introduced to that, XA, and I understand the game. You asked the right person. So what they gonna do, okay, this whole Drewski thing you're talking about, okay? They're going to, it's always a project, okay? It's always a project that they got to do. It's always something important that they're trying to do. Now, they'll tell you that they need 4 million, okay? But they don't tell you how much of the 4 million actually go to Zimbabwe, okay? They don't tell you that. They tell you they ain't getting no money, but that's a lie. It's a bag. It's a lick, okay? That is a lick that these people are getting. It's a lick. It's a lick. So they get this lick. They get the lick. They get it. Okay, they get that lick and they go to the next city. That's what they do. They get that lick, they go to the next city. And they'll try to guilt trip you. Okay. You ever know they'll come on and say, like one guy named Mike Murdoch used to say, I broke the back of poverty with $100. Now, Mike Murdoch will tell you that he sold $100 into a ministry. Okay. That's what Mike Murdoch could tell you. Go look at Mike Murdoch. He'll tell you he sold $100 into a ministry, right? But he gonna tell you to sow $100 6 times into the ministry. Now wait a minute. Didn't you sow $100 and God told you to give $100? Then why we gotta give 800? But see, it's a hustle. It's a hustle. The mega church, when they start asking for all that money, man, that's a hustle. Now that look, that's bigger than a drug deal. That's bigger than dope deal. Like mega churches, man, they make more money than dope dealers. And it's free. You ain't got to pay taxes on that dope. You ain't got to claim that dope. The government can't touch a church. Can't touch it. I'm talking about them pastors raking in millions and damn near billions of dollars. They're raking in that kind of money. And the federal government can't touch it. I'm telling you, they worse than dope dealers. And they also, Jedi and XA, they have a way Okay, they got a wave of different things that they try to get you to donate to. But they pass those baskets around. And now they done got sophisticated. You can put a little, they got a little piece of paper that you write down your bank card information. And some people do it. Some people do it. All right, man. Shoot, Talal, we gotta look into Talal, man. Shoot, we gotta look into Talal. I know I'm gonna have to. Shoot, that spiritual healing ain't nothing. Yeah, I'm gonna watch the skit. I'm gonna watch the skit, XA. I am. The modern church is a scam, though. It really is, man. And they even got some churches that take your social security number. Some of them want your check stubs. Seriously, some of them want your check stubs. And it's like, man, when I went to a church that had an ATM machine in it, I was done. I was done. I'm talking about literally this church had an ATM machine in it. ATM. You ever been to a church with an ATM machine in it? When I saw that, I said, oh, things changed now. It's different. You ain't got no excuse. Oh, I ain't bring no $20 bill. Man, look, you can go up there. I heard somebody say, hey, we got an ATM machine. But the mega church is the biggest scam. I'm telling you. And say these people, they make more money than dope dealers. And it's the most legal hustle that you can do. It's the most illegal, legal hustle that you can ever do is be in a church. And all you got to do is tell them that God said it. See, church folk, they stupid. Church folk is stupid. They stupid. I kid you not. Church folk, they is stupid. All you got to do is tell them that God said it. God want me to have a mega jet. Okay? God want me to have a mega jet. And God commanded, and God, they'll say, every week they'll say, I need 100 people to give me $1,000. 100 people to give me $1,000. Okay? God want me to go do X. God want me to do Y. God want me to do Z. Hold on one second. Yeah, it's a lot of Creflo dollars out here. Hey man, salute the Jedi run in the mother building. Man, LD MMAC, LDW MMAC, the WMMA universe, stand up. Jedi run studding up with the two piece. A lot of Creflo dollars. A lot of them in here. It's a lot of Creflo dollar type pastors out here that's trying to get this money. And that's what they're doing, man. They're taking advantage of people. But I sat in the church, man, and the pastor said, I need 100 people to give $1,000. Now, this is a mega church. You know, that pastor had 150 people give him $1,000. Just like that. 100 people in that church gave this man $1,000. Now, 100 times 1,000, that's $150,000. Okay, this pastor netted $150,000 of tax-free money in one weekend. Think about that. In one weekend, a pastor received 150 grand. That's outside his regular tithes and offerings. That's outside his regular tithes and offerings. That's outside of the money he already collected. Wow. I said, and then when I looked, I said, this is the biggest hustle in the world. All you gotta do is get a couple people dumb enough to believe you. That's all you gotta do. You gotta get some dumb people to believe you and believe that you were led by God. And those people, they will give you money. You ain't got to kill for the money. You ain't got to prostitute for the money. You ain't got to be a trick. You ain't got to do nothing. You can have the money. You can just have the money. Ain't that something? You can just have the money. It's yours. There are no taxes on it, y'all. And so I think people forget there's just no taxes on that money. None. So the government can't come in and raid you for having a church. They can't come in and raid you. And you know, a lot of illegal other stuff happened in a church. And ain't nobody coming into the church. Hell, even some form of dope dealers are pastors. Some form of dope dealers are pastors. Amen. Yep. Yep. Jedi. These Creflos need more private jets to fly around. Amen. They need more private jets to fly around in. You are absolutely right. Absolutely right. But I think even the mega dope dealer, they understand. They understand that this is a hustle. They got it. They figured out. Oh, wait a minute. I ain't got to take no risk. I ain't got to take no risk with this. All I got to do, all I got to do is just come out here and speak some game. That's it. The ladies of the church don't pay my salary. Okay, I can make tens of thousands of dollars a week, and all I got to do is come in here and act like I believe in God. Some of the best pastors are dope dealers. They're former dope dealers. They got it. Yep, Dr. Umar. Hold on, guys. Cutting this bag up. Yep, Dr. Umar Johnson ran that scam for years and years, and guess what? Still ain't no damn school. You keep seeing that same dilapidated ass building. You keep seeing that same damn dilapidated ass building. That Dr. Umar keep telling us that, you know, this is the plan. This is God's plan. Same building. Same building with trash all over the damn floor. Okay, shit all on the grounds. Yep, same thing. Run them donations. Run them donations. Same thing. Just what it is. Shit, I run some damn donations. Yep. That's your boy, Dr. Umar. Yep. Need more private jets to fly around on. I feel you on that one. I can run some donations myself. Because, you know, think about it. What you got to do to be a pastor, man? You just have to engage people. Well, you have to really engage a person to be a pastor. You got to be a little bit energetic. You got to be entertaining. And you got to be believable. Justin Statham getting that mofo cash to my, did you say donations? Shoot. Run them donations. Sir, I'll gladly take your donation, sir. I'll gladly take that donation from you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the donation, sir. Man, look. Dr. Umar, man, he spoke some real stuff before. But Dr. Umar Johnson, he's a hustler, man. And he good at it. Like, he good. He good at it. See, Jedi Run said, Dana talking about building boxing from the ground up with Zuffa. The promotions are going to get paid a lot more and the boxes a lot. The boxers are a lot less. Yeah, but Jedi, that's his MO. That's Dana MO. That's what he do. That's what he do to the fighters. He paid the fighters a whole lot less. But see, the thing is, man, okay, you have to understand why the UFC been so successful for all these years. Why they been so successful? What's made them that good? Well, let's think about it. Okay. When you constantly come on, right, and you're the biggest promotion in the world, you can get exposure. See, that's kind of it's attractive to a fighter that don't have anything. And look at who Dana recruit and look at their background. The majority of the fighters that he recruit, they have nothing. Okay. They come from nothing. So when you finally give somebody something with nothing, they look at it as, oh, well, Dana White looking out for me. He really paying me. But to be honest, he's not. He's not giving you because he knows that you're worth a lot more. Dana understands. He understands the whole thing. And if Dana gives you enough, you'll fight and want more. See, you'll fight and want more. If he gives you too much, you'll begin to understand your worth. Well, see, Dana don't want you to understand your worth. He'll tell you we pay more than everybody. And technically that's true. You pay more than everybody, but you making the money and the fighters are not. That's the hustle. That's the hustle. And it don't matter who these fighters are. Don't matter. Okay. Dana is gonna always take the lion's share because he figured out that these people they have nothing. They absolutely positively have nothing in life. Okay. They don't have any they didn't have two nickels to rub together. They didn't have a pot to piss in. Okay, when they met Dana White. And that's why fighters will go through a wall or beg Dana White for these fights. Where they're making 10 to win and 10, 10 to win, 10 to show. And they'll fight for that money because they ain't never had that much money. You got fighters that was doing Uber and riding a bicycle on Uber Eats. Hell, I don't even know if you knew Celine Aga. Knew who she was. She used to ride a bicycle doing Uber Eats, like delivering, stuff to people. She wasn't making no money and she was living in a Jackson Winklejohn gym. Right, that's what she was doing. She was living in the Jackson Winklejohn gym. That's what the hell she was. I tell y'all folks, a lot of the fighters, they uneducated. They don't understand business sense. So now you get somebody, and he likes the fighters that can't afford a manager, somebody who actually understands. A lot of these people, they don't have any business sense. They don't have any business acumen. So now you know somebody in your stable that don't have any business acumen. Well, you can take advantage of them. Okay, you can show enough take advantage of a person, and you can tell them what you want to tell them. See what happened with old Francis Ngannou. Same thing. Dana said, "I pay you six figures." Well, to Francis Ngannou, that was a lot of money. At the time when he got recruited, when Dana White was, had him in the stable, that was a lot of money. That was a hell of a lot of money. And so he took that purse, and Francis thinking, "Damn, I'm making a lot of money." Well, Francis Ngannou got a better promoter, and guess what that promoter told him? Man, you can make way. I got a better manager. Well, he got a manager, and that manager told Francis, you can make way more money than what you're making. Wait a minute, I'm worth more than six figures. Yeah, you worth seven figures or 10 figures. I mean, six, seven, eight figures. You're worth that much, Francis. Well, wait a minute. But Dana said he was looking out for me and gave me all this money. And the promoter has told Francis, look, that's not even what you're worth. Okay, let's go over here. Let's explore these other options. Let's go do this. Okay, let's increase your portfolio. And see, Francis Ngannou, he got smart. Okay, yeah. Let me see. Saw that there are three possible contenders for a title shot against Valentina and Tanya Silva, but what if she loses to Rose, Aaron Blanchfield? Knowing the UFC can see them running it back with Manon. Nah, they ain't gonna do that. Aaron Blanchfield gonna get her title shot. Okay. If I make enough videos about it and the WMA universe get behind me, they're gonna give Aaron Blanchfield that title shot. That's just what it is. Cause y'all know how I feel. The one who deserved a title shot is Blanchfield. Okay. Derek Lewis said the UFC took care of him and gave him good peptides to help get that weight off. Yeah, you can't tell with Derek Lewis. Derek Lewis like to fuck with people. But I tell you, man, a lot of these guys know that they work a lot more, but some of them they don't even want to speak out because they're scared of losing what they got. The UFC can pay them a $500,000, payday, and they'll take that. They'll take that payday. And out of $500,000, they're probably gonna keep 150,000 of that. So you put that six figures into your bank account, okay, you're gonna keep your mouth shut. You don't want to lose your comfort. See, a lot of these fighters, they're too afraid to lose their comfort. They're too afraid. They don't want to lose what's comfortable to them. See, they can and they start complaining and crying and whining. Well, guess what? Dana White, they'll just find somebody else that can fight. They'll find somebody because you got plenty of people who will do it. For that kind of money, that kind of payday, you got fighters that'll do it. They'll do it for $100,000. You got fighters that'll get in there for 50 grand and do what these fighters are complaining because you have fighters that don't know their worth. As much as I hate Conor McGregor or just like him, I don't hate him. He knows his worth. He figured out his worth. Why you think he ain't fought in so long? Honestly, why y'all think McGregor hadn't fought in so long? The man is making money hand over fist outside of the octagon. He ain't got to fight no more. Why? Why would he go and get into the octagon and do that to himself when he ain't got to? Why would he do that? Like, why would he physically go in there and do that when this man he's making all kind of money? Okay. No, Jedi run. Conor McGregor, he's not gonna fight again. Okay. It's crazy for him to do that. He's making way too much money to not fight. McGregor's making way too much money to not get in there. It'd be crazy for him to go and get in there, you know, after not being in there for so long, to make money not being in there. It'd be sick. It'd be crazy. Yeah, Usman, Kamaru Usman, that's another Sambo. Kamaru Usman, that's another Sambo. That's another Sambo. Straight up Sambo. Damn. I hope Nate Diaz be all right, man. Hope Nate Diaz be okay. He ain't a bad dude, man. Nate Diaz ain't no bad dude. Nate Nate Diaz, man, he been fucked up for a long time. Nate Diaz been effed up for a long time, y'all. A very long time. And it's just not much, not much you can do. Shit. Yeah, Nate, all them damn drugs he done did. Man, lived on drugs. Yep. Sat out his prime and couldn't make money. And despite what people think, these fighters don't have an endless supply of money sitting around. They don't have an endless supply of money. Okay, when these people are not fighting and lacing up the gloves and getting into the octagon, their income stops. Point blank. When these people are not in the octagon fighting, their income is stopped immediately. It's done. There is no income for these people if they're not lacing up gloves. It's just what it is. Yep. Damn, y'all. And people don't understand when fighters get out the game. When these fighters get out the game, some of them are lucky to have their faculties. Some of them are lucky. A lot of them not. Look at Chuck Liddell. Look at Tito Ortiz. Yep. Some of them not coherent. Yeah, Rampage Jack said he done made more money streaming than he ever made fighting. I mean, a lot of people, man, they messed up. Look at Jason Mayhem Miller. Look at Roxanne Modafferi. Got pain in her knees for the rest of her life. Look at Heather Hardy. Heather Hardy, all messed up for the rest of her life. Yeah, 40K, that's a lot of money for a fighter. 40K is a lot of money for a fighter. I wouldn't mind beating up MMA Guru. I wouldn't mind beating him up. I ain't gonna lie. I wouldn't mind punching him, man. That's one person I get in there. I whoop his ass. I know he can't fight. I know for damn sure. I know he can't fight. There's no way the MMA Guru can fight. He can't fight. But anyway, y'all, let me get on up out of here. Try to come on a little bit tomorrow too, y'all. Hey, man, salute to everybody in the chat, the super chat. Thank y'all for making it do what it do. And I get back up with y'all on Do What It Do Day on Make It Do What It Do Boulevard. Peace.